The term corruption can cover a broad range of complex behaviour. This short video by the New South Wales Independent Commission Against Corruption, or ICAC, explains some common myths and misconceptions about the nature of corrupt conduct. Myth: it is easy to spot someone who is corrupt. No. Many people considered by their family, friends and colleagues to be ethical and honest have been found to have engaged in corrupt conduct. The ICAC's investigations show that relatively little of the corruption in New South Wales is carried out by individuals with a criminal history. Any one of us can be confronted by challenging personal circumstances that could lead to corrupt conduct. This is why it's important to create systems and environments that help people make good decisions and reduce opportunities for corrupt conduct. Myth: corruption must involve personal financial benefit. The vast majority of corruption cases involve someone receiving an improper benefit. Often this is a financial benefit, like receiving a secret payment for awarding a contract. But corrupt conduct can involve conferring non-financial benefits, such as divulging confidential information to a relative or friend to give them an advantage because of the close relationship. Myth: corruption is the same as breaking the law. Some conduct may be considered corrupt, even if it does not break a law. For example, an official's behaviour may constitute a disciplinary offence or a code of conduct breach. An example could be when someone intentionally uses an agency vehicle for personal use in violation of policy. Myth: some cultures are more corrupt than others. It is wrong to say that any particular community group is inherently corrupt. There is no doubt that some countries experience higher levels of corruption than others. And not all governments prioritise addressing or are willing to fight corruption. However, there is international agreement that public officials should not act corruptly. This is reflected in the United Nations Convention Against Corruption. Myth: corruption is victimless. Corruption can appear victimless because it tends to involve the misappropriation and misuse of taxpayers' money. This just means that we are all victims of corrupt conduct. Corruption also undermines confidence and trust in public administration, which, through its institutions, maintains law and order and people's ability to go about their lives safely and peacefully. Corruption also disadvantages community members who rely most on government services, meaning that it often robs the poor, the most disadvantaged. Myth: corruption is inevitable. While it's true that no society has eliminated corruption, being vigilant and intolerant of corruption, having well-designed, controlled and managed systems, and nurturing ethical workplaces can significantly reduce corruption. Myth: having a conflict of interest means you are corrupt. A conflict of interest exists when it might appear to a reasonable person that a public official's private interests, both financial and non-financial, could influence the exercise of their public duties. Most public officials have a range of financial and non-financial private interests, and it's not unusual or corrupt for them to conflict with their public duties from time to time. Such conflicts must be reported so they can be appropriately managed. Concealed conflicts of interest can raise suspicions of improper conduct. Corrupt conduct will occur if the conflicted public official exercises their official functions in favour of their private interests rather than in the proper exercise of their public duties. Myth: one public official can't do much about corruption. One public official can do a lot to prevent corruption. This includes ensuring that you follow due process. Document your activities appropriately. Familiarise yourself with the corruption risks and red flags. Report unusual or suspicious behaviour. For more information, visit www.icac.nsw.gov.au.